Hello, everyone, and I welcome you all to our online lecture series. In this video, we are going to continue with our study of political science, moving from our chapter number 2, which was the electoral processes. We move to a step forward towards political parties. Now, in this chapter, we are going to understand the characteristic of political parties. What are the main features? Then we will move forward towards studying the changing scenarios in Indian political systems, and further we will make distinctions between the state parties and the national level parties in India, are also called as regional parties. What prompts regional parties to come into existence despite national parties being at the center? We are going to study all that. Now, my dear friends, why do we need political parties? We need political parties to voice our opinions, right? Most of the political parties have their ideologies and their thinking patterns. And if we fall in line with those thinking patterns, we necessarily endorse that party, means we support that party. And when we support that party, the mass base, means the followers of the party increases, and thus the party can come into power. The party can enjoy certain governmental positions and exercise their control over the nation. Now, what we are going to typically see at the beginning is the characteristics of these political parties. Political parties, remember, are nothing but social organizations. They have their backgrounds, they have their ideologies, and their objective is to come into power, right? So, this brings us to a discussion of the first characteristic, that is to be in power. Now, I told you this earlier as well, that political parties are not social Samaj Seva kind of organizations. They have their intentions, they have their motives, one of which is to come into power and rule the country. Now, achieving power through elections is the main objective of political parties. Thus, different political parties compete with each other to get power. There is nothing wrong in this competition, but the competition should be fair. Yes, the two parties which stand should not be money wise. One party should not be very strong, muscle power. They should not be using elections and money power. If they use, then the other party is obviously going to lose. So, a free and fair elections leads political party to be in power, and that is the first characteristics, do not forget. Second one is to pursue an ideology. Ideology means what? A typical thinking pattern, right? Now, what do you mean by typical thinking pattern? Means certain ideas of a party are fundamentally rooted to its establishment, its organization, or its supreme leader. Now, let us take an example of Shiv Sena, right? Shiv Sena is a Hindutva based party, right? They thrive on regional pride, that is of Marathi people, right? They think that they are the ones who will save Marathi culture. They want Marathi people to somewhat get more jobs and businesses in the country, and they want Maharashtra to be great, right? And for this, they have been in power for a long time, for 5 years in Maharashtra, and now again they are back in power. So when they are in power, they will exercise their ideology. So every political party has some policies and worldviews, right? The ideas of a political party are its ideology, and they want to pursue this ideology and put them on people, and that is how they gather the social support, which we call mass base, right? Now, the third point is to have a party agenda. What do you mean by agenda? Agenda means plan. Political party prepare their party's agenda on the basis of party ideology. Let me give here the example of BJP. Now, BJP always said that they want the construction of Ram Mandir. They want Article 372 to disappear. 72 disappear. They wanted Kashmir to be an independent and free state. They wanted national registration for citizens. So that's how the NRC and all came into existence. So, party plan means party agenda. And when political parties come into power, they want to exercise their agenda. उनके जो भी प्लान्स है उन प्लान्स को उन्हें एग्जीक्यूट करना है. कैसे कर सकते हैं? जब भी उनके पास पॉलिटिकल पावर होगी तभी वो कर सकते हैं. So even if they do not get political power, political parties try to get support of people on the basis of agenda. Yes. Now the fourth and most important point is to establish a government. When they come into government, then and then only they can exercise political power, and with political power they can induce, they can put their ideologies onto people. All right. So establishing government. The last point is to act as a link between the government and people. Now, political parties is made up of social workers and people who live in the society. So whatever problems of people are there, these political parties will put it towards the government, right? And the government will therefore take care that whatever the sentiments, whatever the emotions of people are, those sentiments are fulfilled, so that they will come into power the next time as well. All right, got it. So quickly revising: first is to be in power, second is to pursue an ideology, third is to have a party agenda, fourth is to establish a government, and fifth to act as a link between the government and the people. All right, coming on to our next point. What is it? Changing nature of political party system in India. Now, in the early phases post independence, Congress was one of the most important parties. Why was Congress the dominant party? Because throughout India, Congress was ruling. Congress was having the tallest of the Indian leaders: Sardar Patel, Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, you name them. Most of the leaders came from Indian National Congress. So that party was at the helm till Morarji Desai came and outwit Indira Gandhi, and the Janata Party won the elections in 1977. Till then, Congress there was unchallenged. There was no political party in post-independence era which could take on Congress. But that era was called single party system, means only one party used to come in power all the time in many elections. But slowly, steadily, because Congress was a very dynamic party, a party which was not authoritarian, ऐसी पार्टी नहीं थी जो बहुत लोगों को कंट्रोल कर रही थी, एक अच्छी पार्टी थी. सो दूसरे पार्टीज को भी उन्होंने आने दिया, राइट, लीगली, and they did not create any disturbances. And therefore from the 1990s, जैसे ही कांग्रेस का कंट्रोल ख़त्म होना शुरू हुआ, सिंगल पार्टी सिस्टम collapsed, and then we moved towards something called as coalition. After the 1989 Lok Sabha elections, the system of one party emerging as dominant party came to an end. Since then, different parties began to come together to form coalition governments. Both BJP and Congress made an experiment of this establishment of the coalition. Here are the two examples of coalition. First is NDA, the National Democratic Alliance, formed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 1998 when he became the Prime Minister. And second was the UPA, formed under the leadership of Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh. This UPA alliance means what? Coalition means what? Coalition means coming together of two or more parties to form government. Exactly, in Maharashtra we see that Shiv Sena, Congress and NCP, Nationalist Congress, they came and they formed the government together. So UPA was in power from 2004 to 2014. For 10 years they successfully ruled in coalition. Coalition means with the help of other parties. Alright, now here we move towards our discussion towards national parties. What are national parties? National parties means parties whose influence is throughout the country. They are not restricted to state levels, they are not restricted to any district, they are present in the entire country. Now, any party can be national party? No. First, they have to register with the Election Commission, like I told you in the previous chapter. Second, there is certain criteria. What is that criteria? a political party should secure minimum 6% of valid votes in 4 or more states in Lok Sabha. 4 states में टोटल वोट जितने भी आए उसमें से 6% उस पार्टी को आने चाहिए, फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया. और स्टेट असेंबली इलेक्शंस एंड मिनिमम 4 मेंबर्स शुड बी इलेक्टेड टू लोक सभा. पूरे देश में से 4 लोग दिल्ली में लोकसभा में बैठने चाहिए, एमपीज. द कैंडिडेट्स, और वो नहीं है छोड़ो, देन बी, द कैंडिडेट्स of a party should be elected from minimum 2% constituencies of the total constituencies in India. जितने भी constituencies है 5, 4, 3, उसमें से एटलीस्ट 2% में इनके लोग चुन के आने चाहिए. If you follow these rules, if you get these criteria, then you are elected as a selected as a national party, and you are given your own symbol. Nobody can take that symbol. Tomorrow if I want to start a new party, and I want my party symbol to be Kamal, the lotus flower which is of BJP, no, that's not possible. Why? Because it's already taken, copyrights है उसमें already, so मैं वो नहीं ले सकता. This brings us to our discussions on national parties. The first national party we have, one of the oldest party, also called as Grand Old Party, the Indian National Congress. 1885 में establish हुई है. It's been more than 135 plus years of this great party. Indian National Congress Party was established by some very moderates leader, and they came together to give us independence during our national independence struggle, in which we overthrew the Britishers, right? And after independence, Congress was dominant party, and Congress began to win a lot of states. What is the idea of the party? The party follows the policies of secularism, means including Hindus and Muslims, everyone, all-round development, equal rights and welfare for minorities. Now you will see no party in this world will say you don't want development, we are anti-development, we are anti-poor, we are anti-this, we are anti-that. No, every party will market their products as the best. We are the best, हम ही इस देश के लिए अच्छी पार्टी है, right? Because वो उनका काम होता है. So the basics of all the parties are same. Welfare of the people, disadvantages लोगों को भला करना. Farmers are the political parties' favorite tool. All the time they will keep on saying we are doing this for the farmers, we are doing that for the farmers, and they will never do anything, right? So Congress has organized various programs to achieve this. It has been a party which believes in democratic socialism, social equality and international peace, right? तो काफ़ी साल तक कांग्रेस ने इंडिया को रूल किया है. The next party is Communist Party of India, established in 1925. It works for laborers and workers. The party leadership developed difference in 62, and 2 parties came out of Communist Party, which was the Communist Party of India Marxist and Communist Party of India Leninist. What does Communist Party do? Communist Party takes care of the वर्कर्स के हित के लिए काम करना, उनके यूनियंस के लिए काम करना, मजदूरों के लिए काम करना, ये कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया का काम है. नाउ वी मूव टुवर्ड्स द पार्टी विच इज़ इन फॉर्म टुडे, द बीजेपी. ऑफ कोर्स it's a party which has an ideology in RSS. They believe that India should be a Hindu country, right? They believe that at the national level their Hindu majority should influence the politics, and it's a party which was established, it was a part of Jansangh before, and later on Janata Party broke, and in 1980 we have Bharatiya Janata Party coming up, and earlier there were only 2 MPs of BJP, remember. One was Lal Krishna Advani and other one was Atal Bihari Vajpayee from Gwalior, if I'm not wrong. Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Lal Krishna Advani were the only 2 MPs of the party sitting in Delhi. Today, more than 300. So over the period of 30 years, this party has become very powerful, right? They are traditionally associated with the right-wing culture in India, mostly in making India powerful nation, bringing back India's glory, and all this is the party's idea, portraying culture. Communist Party I already talked about. It works for workers, farmers, landless laborers, etc. BSP, Bahujan refers in India to the Dalits, the community of Dalits, right? Working for the Dalits is the work of Bahujan Party, started by Kanshiram in 1984. Immediately after Indira Gandhi's assassination, this party came into existence. Kanshiram's favorite was Mayawati. That time she used to be studying her UPSC exams and all. Kanshiram thought that this woman is can be a very capable leader. And mind you, Mayawati has been the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh for 3 times. Hailing from Bahujan Samaj Party, she is the chief party supremo. And what is their work? The objective of protecting interest of the majority, which comes under scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, religious minorities, and other backward classes together constitute a majority. The party aims to give power to the hands of the majority. Here majority is highlighted because majority means not the Hindus here. Majority means the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, religious minority groups, and the other backward classes, especially the Dalits. Now we come towards party number 6, which is the Nationalist Congress Party. It's a split away group. In 1999, Sharad Pawar had different opinions with Sonia Gandhi, and he established his own party, which symbol is the clock. 10 baj ke 10 minute. Sharad Pawar is quite a popular leader in Maharashtra, has been chief minister several times. The party was in power in Maharashtra from 1999 to 2014 in coalition with Congress, right? Next party is a Bengali party, Trinamool Congress. All India Trinamool Congress was established in 1998 by Mamata Banerjee. Election Commission gave party recognition as national party in 2016. They work for democracy, secularism, and protecting interest of the weaker sections. Alright, so I told you there is no party in this world who will say that we are anti-poor, we are anti-farmers, we are anti-workers, we are anti-laborers. Everybody will say that we are pro-people, we are pro-development. But कुछ नहीं, ये बातें होती है सिर्फ. Anyways, jokes apart. Now we move towards state. Now please remember, my dear friends, the issues of states are different. नेशनल पार्टीज का कंसर्न होता है नेशन को क्या चाहिए, पर कभी कभी नेशन को क्या चाहिए उससे अलग स्टेट्स को क्या चाहिए वो इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. स्टेट में ड्रॉट है, स्टेट में पानी नहीं है, स्टेट में एम्प्लॉयमेंट कम है. सो स्टेट हैज़ इट्स ओन प्रॉब्लम्स. देयरफॉर parties which are in the state are sometimes also very powerful, and therefore regional parties have been thriving in India from a very long time. Right from Pandit Nehru's time, we have regional parties coming into picture, and regional parties dominating the national parties in a lot of cases, scenarios where regional parties are winning more states than national parties as well. If you take the map of India and mark the regional parties right from Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, you will see that India has a lot of regional parties. Why does India have a lot of regional parties? Simply because the issues of regions are very different. The national parties cannot understand what the regional people want. Therefore, regional parties come into existence. Changing nature of regional parties, right? This is what I spoke right now. Initially, regional identities gave rise to separatist movement. The demand for independent Khalistan, Dravidistan were made within the objective of parting from the Indian Federation and exist as independent state. सब रीजन्स को ऐसे लग रहा था कि सेंटर उनके पास ध्यान नहीं दे रहा, सो दे वांटेड अ डिफरेंट कंट्री टू इमर्ज फ्रॉम द स्टेट्स. सो दैट वाज क्वाइट रिडिकुलस. सो गवर्नमेंट हैड टू थिंक समथिंग. So states were organized on languages, and when languages were given so importance, we would see a lot of parties: Telugu Desam Party, Shiv Sena, Telangana Rashtra Samiti, National Conference, so many nationalist party of Nationalist Congress Party, Sharad Pawar's, then Trinamool Congress coming in the picture, Biju Janata Dal of Orissa. The list can go on and on and on, right? So regional parties from Punjab, Tamil Nadu, and Jammu Kashmir have made these demands, but the government has quashed these demands. They want India to be united. The demands of regional parties gradually changed. Instead of an independent state, they started demanding more political power and freedom, more autonomy, more independence, more freedom. This was the second stage of development, right? This happened after 1990. So the regional parties demanded that for the development of region, people from region should get power at state and national level. For example, Shiv Sena, Telugu Desam Party, etc. I talked about this. The development of regional parties in the Northeast shows a different trend. They gave up their demand of separatism and have now started demanding more freedom, more autonomy. So Northeast के problems, Northeast के issues काफ़ी अलग होते हैं. People in Northeast want more freedom now. Earlier they wanted to separate from India, but they understood that this is stupidity. If we do so, China will come and be an aggressor. So a lot of Northeast parties today, Assam Gana Parishad, or in Nagaland you have People's Liberation Party, Naga National Front, if I'm not wrong, right? These parties are now becoming mainstream parties and joining hands with India to work together for the development of Northeast. Now, number one regional party we are going to discuss today is Shiv Sena, right? Established in 1966 by its supremo, Balasaheb Thackeray. Objective is protecting the rights of Marathi people, promotion of Marathi language, resistance to people from other regions. Somewhat Manse also is copying these things, which Balasaheb Thackeray did in 1966. The party symbol is Dhanushya Ban, you can see, and they were in power for some time, I told you. The other party is SAD, SAD, ऐसे याद रखना इसको. पंजाबी party है शिरोमणि अकाली दल, very old party, established in 1920. Objective is to cultivate religious and regional identity of Punjab. Assumes power in Punjab for many years. Party was in power for a long period of time. Badal family, most of the decisions are taken by Prakash Singh Badal and his family members. Jammu Kashmir National Conference, NC. This party is a regional party in Kashmir, established in 1932. Umar Abdullah is its current chief. His father Farooq Abdullah was also in the party for a very long time. Assam Gana Parishad. Assam Gana Parishad was kind of a party which worked towards upliftment of Assam. Today also it's a very big party. They have I guess joined hands with BJP now. They are working together. So Assam agreement was signed in 1985. Assam came into existence, and the party aims at resolving problems of displaced people working, Assamese people working all over India. Unke issues, unke problems address karte party, and they came in power for a long period of time. Number 5, we have the Justice Party, or the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. This party is a very important party, and they ruled DMK, their supremo Karunanidhi. He passed away recently, but his family members are still into politics. This party mainly works for the upliftment of Tamil people. Also, a breakaway group from this party came into existence, which was called as the AIDMK, the All India Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam. They work for the identity of the Tamil people, right? So this brings an end to the discussion of regional parties. I hope you have understood the chapter. What are the roles of national parties? What are the role of the regional parties? And I hope the video makes these things quite clear. I want you to read the chapter again and again so that its meaning will come to you, and understand the political system of India so that you will become a responsible voter in the future. Now, in the table that is in front of your screen, you will see how many seats were won by the following parties. You can make an analysis of that. Recent election numbers are not there, but you can go on the internet and find it for yourself. All right. Thank you so much.